Hi, welcome to Solomon Says, a division of Hebrew Wizards. I'm here to teach you everything that you need to know about being Jewish so that you too can become a wizard. Hi, I made this board just for you. It's called the Israel Map Board. And so we look at Israel, which is pretty much the size of maybe New Jersey, and we take a look at the compass, which is on the bottom right over here. So we want to see what's pointing north and what's pointing east and south and west. And we notice the surrounding countries. So let's take a little look at some of the surrounding countries. We have Egypt, that's in the west, kind of in the southwest corner. And then we move up right here and we see that there's a big giant body of water called the Mediterranean Sea. And then we notice that in the north, we're surrounded by, from the north, we're surrounded by Lebanon. And then we see that in the top northern eastern corner is Syria. And then along the whole eastern side, we've got Jordan and a little bit of Saudi Arabia is right down here in the brown, represented right here. So we see clearly that Israel is surrounded. And when you hear of some of the fighting that goes on, you can see that it's not always easy being Israel. So let's look at some of the major cities. Let's first look at the capital. And the capital is known for a big giant Jewish star right here. And this is the capital. It's called Jerusalem, and it stands for Ir Shalom, which is the city of peace. And if you would like to learn more about some of the cities of Israel and some of the places to see, you would go on to our Israel fact sheet, which is another board that we have and that you can look on, Solomon Says. And hopefully you'll learn some things about it. But right here is the picture of the Western Wall. You'll notice there's a little mechitza, as a separation for the men and the women that are praying. And this is the last remaining wall of the second temple that was destroyed. The second temple was built by King Herod, and it was unfortunately destroyed by the Romans. And so we remember it, and we like to pray there because it was also the mount where Abraham was asked to sacrifice Isaac, which was the pledge of loyalty and faith, and we always remember that. And this is the very point of where that occurred. And so we remember this wonderful wall, and that's why the temples were built there. So we have Dome of the Rock, which is directly behind the Western Wall. And we look over here, and let's move down into this big area right here, and you'll see it represented by a camel is the Negev, which is the largest desert. And if we're traveling down towards the south, we would get to Eilat, which is a great city if you want to enjoy swimming and exploring, and on the way is Masada. But it's a wonderful place where you would enjoy beaches and the underwater sea life in the southern part of Eilat, which is a wonderful place to enjoy a summer break. So let's move over until we get to this body of water. It's called the Dead Sea, and it's the lowest point in the whole world, not just Israel, but the whole world. And right here, it is so salty that people float. And there's a really neat midrash story about how when God was destroying Sodom and Gomorrah and Abraham was walking away with Lot, Lot's wife was asked never to look back. And in life, we try not to look back. We try to move forward. And God said, please walk forward and don't look back. I'm going to destroy these two cities. But Lot's wife was a little bit curious, and it is said that in Midrash, which is the explanations and the fun stories of the Torah, that Lot's wife looked back and was immediately turned into a pillar of salt, and she fell into the sea, causing it to be the saltiest of seas where no life could live. And that's the fun midrash story of that. Right over here we have a kibbutz, and a kibbutz is a wonderful working farm where everyone works together and shares together, and there are about a couple hundred of them in Israel right now. And we see the wonderful little body of water called the Sea of Galilee. And it's near the Golan Heights, where these are a little bit, areas of contention. We have the Golan Heights are a little bit contentious. We have the West Bank, parts of it. We have the Gaza Strip, parts of it. And these areas are a little filled with contention. And sometimes we have to travel around them, and there's not always an easy entry point to some of these lovely spots. So let's look at Tel Aviv over here. Tel Aviv is also on the water, and you'll enjoy a lot of beaches and the popular city life of Tel Aviv, and some great universities and scientists' buildings, and lots of rural areas, and mostly areas filled with city life. Then you would go north, and you would get on the border, and here is Haifa. And Haifa, what we like to do is we sample the wonderful foods and the fish that are found on the sea. Haifa is located right on the sea, and it's the largest port, and it's the easiest access where the boats come in. And you can see the boat coming right in, and they bring food and they take food away. And that's the importing and exporting of goods. And of course, Israel is known for its beautiful flag. This is called the Star of David because King David actually was just a David at the time before he became king. He would have a shield, and on the shield was this star. And it was a symbol that he created, and we call it the Star of David, or the Jewish Star, and as he became king later. So I hope this is a helpful map for you. It is drawn in big scale so that everyone can enjoy just the bottom line of, if you were going north and south and east and west in Israel, where would you end up? So if I said to you right now, boys and girls, if you were going to go to the southernmost city, where would you go? What did I hear you say? Eilat? Exactly. It is Eilat. This is the southernmost city. And what if I said, what is the city that is known as the capital of Israel? There we go. Exactly. This would be Jerusalem. So this is the capital of Israel. So I hope this is a great help to you in learning a little bit about where things are. And we'll see you soon on Solomon Says. 'Cause I wanna be a wizard.